Hey guys, and welcome back to Mavro Productions. Today I have a different sport interview. We are heading over to the basketball swish side of things, and I have an interview today with Krys Sotto, who is an 18-year-old 7-footer who is playing for the Adelaide 36ers in the upcoming season to hopefully declare himself for the NBA 2022 draft. So, without further ado, please enjoy this interview. Let's talk a bit about Filipino football, and I wanted to ask, what is the main underrated aspect of basketball in the Philippines? Because I know that a lot of people, around the world don't really know much about Filipino basketball. So I wanted to ask you, what is the main underrated aspect of basketball in the Philippines?
I always said in interviews when they ask this question, I always say that in Philippines they treat basketball like the religion, like this is their part of their lives. Like everybody plays basketball in the Philippines. Like when you go outside your house, you look at you're in the streets and there's always a basketball court near you. So you'll see just everybody play basketball for fun. Sometimes very competitive, and sometimes they end up fighting of just how competitive they are. But when you ask me the underrated aspect of basketball in the Philippines, is they really love the basketball. They're very crazy on supporting basketball players, and it's just a religion in the Philippines.
Yeah, beautiful. If you could describe your playing style in 3 words, what would they be and why?
Playing style. I'll be probably. That's a good question. In 3 words: finesse, smart, my game, and just this competitiveness, just being a hard worker on the floor and even on the bench, just try my best to help the team win. So.
Really, kind of another tough question for you. If you could change one rule in basketball, what would it be and why?
If I could change one, really change it, but I don't, probably how they call technical fouls right now in in basketball. I think they call a lot of technical fouls and some minor issues, but they call technical fouls. I think they should be more. I don't know the word, but they should be more better. They should be better.
I thought as a paint guy you were going to say the 3-second paint rule so they could use it to your advantage, but I'm surprised you went with the technical one. But I do agree. There's a lot of there's a lot of
in FIBA rules. When I played in FIBA, they don't really count 3 seconds, but here in the US they count 3 seconds, so it's really I don't know, it's different.
Yeah, the technical fouls is a lot of it's very ridiculous. Like you can just ask the ref, "Oh, what did I do wrong?" and they'll give you a technical, and then you can't go back from it. So yeah, I do agree with your statement on that 100%.
Yeah.
Having played in the G League Ignite, we have experience playing in the States, and you said you're in Miami. So I wanted to ask you, what is the key difference between American and Filipino basketball?
The difference between American and Filipino basketball, I would say, American basketball, the players here are just more athletic. They're just taller. They're better skills-wise. But I would say if the Filipinos can match the skills, the competitiveness, but I think Filipinos just lack the height. But right now, I think I see the Philippine team, and I think we're getting taller, bigger and bigger. So if you ask me the difference about it, I think they just play here in the U.S. more athletic, faster. So that's it. Faster pace.
Exactly. So I know that you're training with Amari Stoudemire. So I wanted to ask you, what was the number one thing that you've learned from him that you feel can enhance your game once you hit the Aussie shores?
Oh, I wasn't training with Amari. That was just for a day, but it's been a good moment, hanging out with him, training with him for a day. And as I said, I told him that when I was younger, my dad gave me one of his books, and I read it, and I learned a lot from it. So he said that's great to see somebody who read the book, and now I just met him.
Any standouts that he said to you that you could share that were like impressive?
Uh, I mean, every basketball players that I've talked to always says similar things, and it's always just to work hard. It's always just focus on your path. Don't let distractions come to you, and just focus on yourself and just work hard.
And I wanted to ask, in terms of domestic and international basketball in the Philippines, what is the main difference? Because you play for the Philippines, what's the main difference in terms of camp and style of play in the domestic league in the Philippines and internationally playing for the Philippines?
What's the difference? I think it's better competition, of course, in international leagues, because you can see the best of the best players from each country. So best player from my country and best players from other countries play against each other. So it's just more competitive. You just get the best of both teams, both countries, and is more of you know more competitive, and also better system on how they play and how disciplined they are when they play with each other, play together.
So I just want to talk a bit more about Australia now. When you announced that you were playing for Adelaide, did you do any research on Australia? What were some of the key things that you were looking forward to doing in Australia, or any things that you want to learn about Australia?
Oh, I want to learn a lot, but I have when I go there, I'll try my best to maximize my time to learn, not just for basketball, but also the culture in Australia. Because me, I love traveling, so I just can't wait to get there and just to try everything out. Whatever it is there, and I'm sure it'll be a really good experience. And I just can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. And my final piece of advice is I wanted to give you a few Aussie slang words so that when you come to Australia, you've got the head start in terms of some of your vocabulary. So if you were gonna go somewhere in the afternoon, we say arvo. So I'm going to play basketball this arvo. So there's one. So I'm going to play basketball this arvo. Then there's the servo, where you go fill up your car at the service station. So I'm going to fill up my car at the servo. And I know Americans like to say flip-flops, but in Australia we say thongs. So I'm going to the beach to wear my thongs. So I thought I'd leave you with three slang words that you can use so that when you hear, you already know some. So arvo, I'm playing basketball this afternoon. Servo, I'm going to go fill up my car at the servo. And I'm going to the beach with my thongs.
All right.
No, thank you, Kai.
Please subscribe to Mavro Productions, and just keep listening on this guy right here. This is a great guy.